Drake discovered the hard way that he should not have a falling out with Kendrick Lamar because, as if winning not one, not two, but 5 Grammys for his Drake disc song, Not Like Us, wasn't enough to embarrass Drake, he also performed the song at the Super Bowl. But that's not all. He also invited Serena Williams to do the dance while he attacked Drake during his performance. And I can assure you that he made everyone gag. Let's break it down. How in the world was Kendrick able to get Serena to disparage Drake? Drake wasn't present when Kendrick brought his ex on stage because he crashed out big time and declared the beef open again. Does this imply that he's going to enter the studio and release another diss track? First of all, since Serena despises Drake child, it probably wasn't too difficult for Kendrick to persuade her to take the stage. I wouldn't be shocked if she pleaded with him to let her perform. After all, it's not the first time she's danced. To the song, you all remember the walk she did when she presented at the event last year?
I've learned anything this year is that none of us, not a single one of us, not even me, should ever pick a fight with Kendrick Lamar.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Hey! He will make your hometown not like you. The next time Drake sits courtside at a Raptors game, they're gonna Forrest Gump him. Sights Tyka.
Do you all know that she despises straight people? But what specifically transpired between them to make her so angry? Her presentation had nothing to do with Kendrick or Drake, but she managed to slip it in. Drake and Serena were once romantically involved, but after their breakup, Drake was unable to move on. And this kind of behavior isn't surprising for Drake because he has a troubling history of crashing out whenever he is rejected by a woman and spends years making fun of them. We've seen him target Rihanna for years, making crude remarks about her and her new partner. He made it his personal goal to humiliate her as much as possible. Rocky, for no apparent reason, even if Drake's obsession with women in the industry didn't end with Rihanna. Let's not forget the awkward situation with Halle Berry, where he made it clear for years that he was into her openly expressing his admiration and in interviews and on social media. However, despite his persistence, Halle never paid him any attention because she didn't feel the same way about him. Instead of taking the hint, Drake continued making questionable remarks about her, sometimes going so far as to be completely inappropriate. One of the most embarrassing moments was when she announced her pregnancy, and instead of extending a simple congrats like a normal person would have done, Drake used it as an opportunity to make another pointless remark.
Seem to have a fixation with Halle Berry, but she's already
I do.
Regos and
Yeah. That was unfortunate, but
would you really have, like, let's say she wasn't?
Yeah.
Would you seriously consider
Like being with her?
Yeah.
100%.
In addition to making sporadic remarks about Halle Berry, Drake actually mentioned her in a few of his songs, though not in a complimentary manner. One instance of it being genuinely unnerving was in his part on the Migos Versace remix, where, now, if it doesn't scream scary, I don't know what does. It was strange, not charming or playful. Things took an even worse turn when he began openly fantasizing about Halle, who had never expressed any interest in him, in a way that gave the, impression that he had some sort of claim to her. Drake chose a throwback photo of Halle Berry getting slimed at the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids Award as the cover art for his song Slime You Out, featuring SZA from his album All the Dogs, rather than a generic image or something that truly fit the song's theme.
No one is safe from the slime!
What was strange about that drama was that he had previously asked H if he could use her picture, and she had said no, so it was weird as hell that he did. However, it turns out that he did the same thing to Serena Williams, which is why she despises him so much. He seems to have a problem with women moving on because not only has Serena moved on from him, but she is married and has 2 children. How did he announce the surprise? He did it through his not-so-secret burner Instagram account, which he had been subtly updating since late June. This wasn't just a collection of files. It was a goldmine, and the data dump contained a treasure. Numerous unreleased songs by musicians like Lotto and Young Thug 21 Savage, but it was only the start, with never-before-seen footage of Drake working on some of his most famous albums, such as Take Care Views and Certified Lover Boy. Fans also got a unique look into his creative process. If that wasn't enough, the collection included behind-the-scenes interviews with artists like Jay-Z, Kanye West, Rihanna, and Cameron, in addition to appearances from some of the important players in Drake's inner circle. We may never know why Drake, chose to release this massive amount of content so quickly, but rumors have it was a calculated diversion from his increasingly messy feud with Kendrick Lamar. If that was the plan, then yes, it didn't exactly go as planned. The drama with Kendrick only got worse, and this so-called diversion barely affected the conversation. But wait, there's more. Buried in all that footage was a clip of Drake working on Too Good with Rihanna, casually revealing that the song wasn't really about her, but about his other ex, Serena Williams. To make it even funnier, he wasn't confessing this to an industry insider or a close friend. Instead, he was just casually spilling all this to his mother Sandra as if it were nothing.
Up-and-coming relationships, everything's going to be very light, not going to get like heavily into things.
No, I get heavy on a couple jokes, but this is more about me and Serena, so I
gathered that.
But I wanted to make a song.
But you don't want it to be
well, it's funny because when I make songs about women, I also make songs for them, so I know what kind of song to make. If I'm going to talk about them, I'll at least do them the justice of making them a song that they like.
Yeah.
Okay? So I know Serena very well, and I know that she'll hear it loud and clear, but she'll also not hate me for it because it's lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And she has seen someone else.
I don't know, Mom.
For a brief history, there were rumors of a romance between Serena and Drake back in 2010. But like Rihanna, Serena never really claimed him. Instead, she kept things cute and unconfirmed. Meanwhile, Drake was acting like a lovesick puppy as usual. Fast forward to the present, and Serena is happily married to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, and they have a lovely life together with their 2 adorable daughters. You may recall that I said Drake had a way of turning the tables on women who rejected him. But Serena wasn't an exception. He was so enamored of her that DQ magazine called him Serena's most embarrassing groupie, and to be honest, they weren't wrong. However, Drake's energy completely changed the moment Serena made it official with Alexis. Instead of moving on like a grown man, he chose to be petty and made fun of Alexis by calling him Serena's groupie in his song Middle of the Ocean, which is from his joint album with 21 Savage. He tried to hide the real target by posting a lot of stuff in the hopes that people wouldn't notice. But he wasn't as cunning as he thought he was because fans quickly figured it out. Serena was too classy to clap back at him for that. But she definitely got her lick back at the Super Bowl because she walked and did her thing. When Drake posted the video of him talking about Serena with his mom, B quickly put 2 and 2 together and realized that it was a response to her walking too, not like us at the ESP. The absurd thing about this is that she didn't even receive payment for her performance because Super Bowl appearances aren't paid to artists. She just did it out of resentment toward Drake. Drake changed the lyrics to his song Knife Talk to say that beef is live, spoiler alert, I never die,